video walkthrough on Coachmen Leprechaun. Start in the back. Bumper caps come off. It's going to be the best spot to store your sewer hose. Move to the side. Plenty of storage through here with all your valves for everything. So that'll be your city water input. And then you go through here. It tells you, these charts tell you if you have them set like that, you're going to be filling the onboard tanks, the onboard fresh tank. If it's set like that, you're set to use, whether it's from pump or city water. If it's set like that, you're going to be draining everything. If you're set like that, you're going to be winterizing everything. And then you have your drain also for your, I believe this is your drain for your fresh tank right there. And then you have pass-through storage here with lights. Let's turn my flash off. Little clips to hold these open. Push them out. Cable inlet, if you're going somewhere that provides cable, you can hook it up through there. Access to your sewer area, as well as an outdoor shower, and the controls for your pump. You can also do your pump from the inside. Black tank dump, gray tank right there. I recommend doing black first, then gray. That'll flush out, the gray will flush out your hose, so you don't have to carry on a stinky hose. And then this is where you hook your hose to, right there. Or you can undo it from there and then hook it to that pipe right there. Fuel fill, unleaded fuel only. This is your shore cord. This is where you just kind of roll it in there. When you're using it, you can have it. Like that, keeps it neat out of the way. Exhaust for furnace, just keep it clean in here. Don't let buildup of debris get in there. They make screens for these. They don't recommend you run it with the screen on. Your water heater right here. Oops. That's perfect because that's the size this is for a socket. 15/16. Someone wrote it there so you wouldn't forget. And that's what I use as a socket. I get this threaded in here by hand as much as I can. Tighten it with a socket. Don't over tighten it because it's just a plastic plug. As soon as you get that done, as soon as you hook up water to it, this will start to fill automatically, and then you'll be able to turn it on. And then there's not a whole heck of a lot you have to do really. Keep it clean in here. And in here you're looking for the spider webs, dust, any debris in there. You want to clean it out. And I always recommend draining your fresh tank after every trip. Not fresh tank, sorry. Water heater. Drain your water heater after every trip. Because you don't want water to sit in there to start to get stagnant. So before you pull your plug, shut off all source of water. Crack your pressure relief. As soon as the water stops coming out, snap it closed. Then you can take your plug out. If you neglect to do that first, you're going to get a bath. More storage here, as well as under here, I believe. Yep. Plenty of storage. This one over here is actually access to generator, so you can do any maintenance from the outside. This one does have a lot of storage underneath, because you got more storage here. And we'll cover the cab when we go inside. Access to propane. You can turn it on and off from there. All the way left is on, all the way right is off. And then we fill onboard tanks too. So if you run out, you can take it here to get it refilled. I know a lot of some campgrounds offer some places to onboard fills, but you have to look. More storage there. Got a hold open for your door. It would clip to this. That's what holds it open. Vent for your fridge. Just keep it. Make sure it stays clean back in here, so your fridge can get good airflow. Even if you wanted to, you can pop this cover off and clean back there. Outdoor power. All your it's a GFCI protected outlet. All your GFCIs are on the same circuit, so if one's gonna trip, they're all gonna trip. Got your awning handle right there, and then I won't be able to actually show you folks how to use the awning because we don't have much room, and I need both hands to do it. But what you do is you take your crank handle. The first thing you do is you unlatch these arms. There'll be one of these on each side. Take your crank handle, and you see that little latch? You push it or pull it, whichever one unlocks it. Sometimes they're different. You'll be able to feel because it'll only go one way. Once that's undone, take the hook it onto your strap, and start pulling. And it'll start rolling itself out. Once it's all the way out, then you can raise it up. So to raise it up, you grab this and you lift, and it would actually be like this. So you'd be lifting this way, and there's little detents in there that it'll lock into. Once it's locked, there's another arm that it'd be this arm. Loosen this, and it would swing out and lock up to it, and that would create like a triangle. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to explain one-handed. And you do have, let's see what we got here. Backup crank for your spare tire. That's how you drop your spare tire. That's pretty much it for the outside. We'll mosey our way onto the inside. First thing right here, got a battery disconnect. So hit up to use it. That connects your battery to everything. If you're storing your camper and you hit store, it turns off all your battery powered appliances. Click it up again, turns it back on again. Controls for ceiling light. Right here, turns off your main ceiling light. Porch light is the porch light. And then trunk light is a light in your trunk. You can turn on and off from that, which is the trunk is that back storage compartment. Right over there, you have a propane alarm. That's hardwired to the 12-volt system. We'll head our way up front. This does remove, so you can flip this up like that, so you have more headroom. Come into the cab. It's very basic Ford style cab. Got your lights down there, parking brake release. You got cruise controls on your steering wheel. And your climate controls are very basic, very easy to use. Ford uses these, and even some of the newer ones. Radio, very easy, with even a cassette player. That's pretty fancy. Got 2 sets of keys right here. Very simple to use. If you've ever driven any sort of a box truck or box van, you'll know how to drive this. Got your couch, turns into a bed. Grab underneath here, lift up. Creates a bed to sleep on. And this also turns into a bed. This will be a little bit difficult to show one-handed, but you can see how that table is attached, how it swings through there, and that's hooked up underneath there. So you can grab the table here. Let's see if we can't set it up. You might miss it, you might not. But lift up. You can see how they unhooks from there. Then you fold your leg up, and the table will rest flat on those little shelves there. Then you just take the back cushions and lay them on the table, and that creates a platform to sleep on. We'll put it back the way it was. Very simple. TV. It's from the previous owner. They installed a TV here. It's on a swiveling mount. You can move it around and all that. Just make sure there are straps. Make sure you strap it before you travel. And I'll make sure it gets strapped before you guys take off with it. Microwave only works when you're plugged in or off the generator. Other than that, it's like your standard household microwave. Movable. Oh, these are nice and heavy. These are like stone. Cooktop cover. New cooktop, super simple to use. Turn it to light. Light each burner with a match, barbecue lighter, or whatever you have to light it with. And then a similar deal for your oven. Except your oven, you have to turn the pilot. It says pilot on. Push and hold. And let's see if we can't get you to see. There's a little pilot in there right there. Gotta light that pilot. Once the pilot is lit, then you can move it from pilot on to whatever temperature. And if you're turning it off and you know you're going to use your oven again and you don't want to relight your pilot, if you turn it to pilot on instead of all the way off, it shuts the burners off, but it leaves the pilot on. That way you don't have to relight it. And that acts as a nice cover. It's grippy on the bottom. It's not going to move anywhere. Similar covers for your sink. So it's nice. It kind of extends your cooktop area if you're not going to be using your sink. Monitoring panels right here, so if you hit test, they'll read up here. So it looks like we need to get dump some of the tanks for you folks. So if you hit it, you can read it, how it's saying 2/3. This is a good control for your pump. So like I said, there's that control outside too. You can do your pump on from there too. And then water heater, hit that on there. Your water heater will turn on propane. Your water heater is propane only. It will cycle on and off to regulate that set temperature. And then generator, start and stop. So hold stop to kind of prime it, and then it starts right up. Fridge, super simple to use, on or off, auto or gas. Auto's gonna default to 110, so if that's what if your camper's plugged in, that's what it's gonna be using. But if you were to lose power for any reason, and your propane were to be on, and usually it is, that's the first thing I turn on. And this will switch automatically to running off of propane. Now this does not work like your normal fridge at home. It does take about 8 to 10 hours to get to its correct operating temperature. So you'll have to give it some time before you can use it. Right here, got your shower. You have a light in here. It's right up. Is there a switch for the? There's gotta be a switch for the. Oh, right here. So, right there's your switch for your shower. You got a shower with a fan right there. There's your switch for the fan. And you crank it up and down from here for your lid. And I always recommend running that fan if you're going to take any sort of hot shower or any sort of shower really. It'll help keep the moisture from sticking to the walls and everything like that. Turn it off. Get your bathroom right here, and then the bathroom door will also open and lock. See how it has the tab right here and the latch over there to lock. So that'll kind of create privacy. You can do that like this. So when you're showering, people can't see you. If you're leaving in the shower, going straight to the bathroom. Got your light switch for the bathroom in here. And then right there is your resettable GFCI. So like I said, all your GFCIs on the same circuit. If any of them are going to trip, they're all going to trip. And this is the outlet you come in and reset it at. Toilet, super simple. Got a lever right here. You pull this gray one. It opens and flushes. The one underneath it, this little white one, is just going to allow it to flush. So if you do both, it opens. If you just do the white one, it's just going to flush, which means it'll fill up with water. Another one of those fan vents in here for venting if you're going to spend a long time in your bathroom. And then light switch here. Right there. Alright. Thermostat. So up is cool, which will go all the way down to 40 degrees. And you have fan speed auto, high or low, or on. High or low. Auto is going to regulate to whatever temperature you have it at, so you have it set to 60. it'll allow it to hit 60 degrees, and then once it hits 60, it'll cycle off. Like if I raise the temperature now, this because it's about 60 degrees in here now, and I'm on auto. Once I get it to 60, the AC shut off. So, but if I turn it to on, it's gonna run on again. I recommend just auto. That way you can have it set to a little bit lower of a temperature, and if it's hot and humid outside, it won't freeze out. Because if you just have it on and you're running it consistently and it's hot and humid, it'll freeze up and it won't start on again until it kind of thaws out. And then furnace goes all the way to 90. Furnace won't light right now because we have the gas off, but all you do, it'll turn on when the gas is on. You hear the blower kick on, then you hear the furnace ignite, and then it's the exact opposite for that. The blower will kick off, but the burner will kick off rather, sorry, but the blower will stay on for another 20-30 seconds, and that's a safety feature that's allowing it to vent all the gases out. I've had someone come in and complain that after they've turned their furnace off, it stays running for a little bit. Well, it's designed to do that. That's a safety feature. So if that happens, it's normal. Don't worry too much about that. Light switch for the bedroom here. Another switch over there. Another light for above the bed. Then emergency exit behind the bed. All you do is undo these red tabs, open the window, and then climb out. Plenty of storage in here. Another vent. It doesn't have a fan in there, but you can open it up for airflow. Fire extinguisher in here. And then a carbon monoxide alarm on the wall right there. Alright. That pretty much concludes the video tour of your Coachmen Leprechaun. I hope you guys enjoy it.